I originally planned on going live for this, but you know what? It's pointless to go live. It really is. It really is pointless. It's best to do this in a video and just vent and let out my frustration. And mind you, my frustration is not aimed towards PlayStation at all. I'm a big PlayStation supporter. Always have been, going back to the first one. I love what Sony does. I am a huge fan, and that will never change. All right? But you know what's really killing me, and you know what's really hurting the brand right now? It's the fan base. Let me tell you why it's hurting. Let me tell you why you guys are hurting it. You guys are so focused on the competition instead of focusing on what's happening in your own house. I've said this before, and I mentioned this prior, that, we will see a lot of different trends with PlayStation. We're going to see a lot of changes. Of course, it took one stream where I see a bunch of bottom feeders who don't game as much as me come out of left field and start talking about, oh, that don't make sense. Sony's the market leader. Sony will never do this, that, and the third. Sony cares about blah, blah, blah. Sony is just like Microsoft. They care about growth. They care about numbers. They care about sales. Okay? And like Nintendo just did, and like Nintendo is a prime example of where, a fan base being complacent, right? Nintendo just launched the Nintendo Switch OLED with no upgrades whatsoever, aside from a damn OLED screen and a LAN port on a dock. They did that because they know it would sell. And I want you to keep that in mind, what I just said. They repackaged the same Switch with an OLED and a LAN port because what? It will sell. Keep that in mind for this conversation I'm about to go into this video. What did I say going back into a few live streams ago? What did I say? Where I stated that Sony is going to probably experiment with certain games, select titles, and we're going to get those titles fully remade for the PlayStation 5 with, with these director's cuts. Now, as you guys clearly can see, with Death Stranding, they're offering more content to it, and a lot of you guys will be cool with it. I'm actually okay with Death Stranding's director's cut. That makes sense. It's more to the overall game, and they're offering more of a value there. No issue there, right? Ghost of Tsushima has become it's been looked at very differently, especially with the weird pricing with Sony, right? It hasn't been a straightforward pricing solution for that. They had so many weird prices going around with it. Basically, to make a long story short, if you have Ghost of Tsushima right now on your PS4, it's $30. So essentially, it's a $30 upgrade for the director's cut. That right there, I would say no issues there, right? No issues there. But let's go into the future. Let's look at things a little bit more deeper than this. What recently came out for the PlayStation 4, and we have yet to hear anything about the multiplayer? Last of Us Part 2. Last of Us Part 2, we haven't heard a single thing about factions. And in fact, many people are not only getting tired of waiting, many people are already thinking, especially with these director's cuts, that this is definitely going to be the case for Last of Us Part 2, where that game is going to get a full-fledged director's cut, and they're going to throw factions in there and charge you $70 for it. I have to ask you guys, as diehard PlayStation fans, is that worth it? Does that scream value at all? Does it? I mean, mind you, they're already remaking Last of Us Part 1. Interesting, right? You know why these games are in the spotlight? It goes right back to Nintendo. Because these games will sell. And to make it even more louder for you guys here, and keep in mind, this is a rumor, so I'm not going to go all over the top with this, because this is a big rumor. It's courtesy of Reddit, okay? Courtesy of Reddit. It's a rumor. But with the way Sony's been acting and the way Sony's been going business-wise, I would not put it past them to have this, and I think a lot of you guys should be more mindful of what's happening in your own house here. A courtesy of Reddit, we see this right here on the screen, the Uncharted Naughty Dog Legacy Collection. In the Uncharted Naughty Dog Legacy Collection, you'll have Drake's Fortune, Among Thieves, Drake's Deception, A Thief's End, and Lost Legacy. Now, no pricing was listed for this at all, but I think we all can imagine what the pricing for this would be in general, since it says PS5 on it, and these are first-party titles. $70, more than likely haptic feedback controls will be thrown into these games, and of course, 60 FPS and resolution buff. Now, here's the kicker. Here's the kicker, guys. We've already played these games not once, but twice with the PlayStation 3 and PS4. For those of you that do not remember, we already had an Uncharted collection. It's called the Nathan Drake collection for the PlayStation 4, where they gave you Drake's Fortune, Among Thieves, and Drake's Deception for the PlayStation 4 at 60 FPS. Aside from Thieves End and Lost Legacy, those came later. Those games were directly made strictly for PS4. So again, what are we paying for? Really think about that. What are we paying for? Haptics, haptic trigger feedback, and 3D audio? No additional content? No. This is why I said Sony needs to have a better system in play to where we get natural upgrades to all these games when we plug them into the PlayStation 5. This is stuff that we should not be paying for at all. 60 FPS, mind you, you get the option for some games that have been boosted. If you guys remember, before PS5 came out, we talked about, this, and it was actually confirmed because we see that with the PS5 collection, right? Uncharted 5 is in, or Uncharted 4, I said 5. Uncharted 4 is in the PlayStation 5 collection, and you're getting, performance upgrades with those due to those games having boost mode enabled with the PS4 Pro. Okay? Sony experimented with a lot of games before the PS5 dropped, into the market. But keep in mind, not all games got this. This is why I said again, there should be a better system in play to where this system will give you natural upgrades for the system. We shouldn't be paying $70 for all these games, especially remasters at this point. That right there is a new trend, charging you for remasters at this point. That's not a director's cut, that's a remaster. There's no additional content. It's a game we've already played. Now think about this for a second. How come The Order 1886 didn't get this type of treatment? Where's Bloodborne getting this type of treatment, right? Where's Until Dawn getting this type of treatment? Where's Detroit Become Human? Think about that for a second, guys. Seriously, think about that. Really think about this. Stop looking at Xbox. Look at our own house for a second. Why aren't all the heavy hitters that we know about, especially the underrated games, not getting this type of treatment for PS5? It goes right back to the Nintendo argument. Because these games that are being highlighted and being talked about right now will sell. This is why I said think about what you're doing, the message you're sending to Sony. I'm a big PlayStation fan. I'm not saying don't support what you like. If you like this, if this does happen and we do get this, buy it if you want to buy it. Me personally, as a diehard fan and someone who's played this game not once but twice right now and has platinumed them twice and all this junk, it's not worth the investment for me to do that again. I've already done this. $70. I'm sorry, I can't do it. I can't bring myself to buying this for $70. I'd rather go back to the backlog at that point. Seriously. Especially for something as minuscule as 60 FPS, where we already have access to with the Nathan Drake collection. It's not worth it. And again, it's only going to get worse if people keep buying this stuff. Again, if you want to buy it, buy it. But when you buy this stuff, the messaging you're basically telling Sony is that we're willing to pay full price for stuff that we've already played before. And you know what's funny? That's a little bit like Nintendo, wouldn't you say? We're paying $60 for games that drop for the Wii U. You didn't think about that, did you? Just saying, man. Think about this stuff before you act and call people like me weird or attack people like me and have all this negative energy towards me because I'm keeping it a buck. Contrary to popular opinion, y'all already know, man. I already put the work in. I already show it. A lot of people do not. But it is what it is, man. It really is what it is. I have nothing else to really say in this matter. You guys are going to see it in the future. As far as what else is going to happen, again, this is business 101. If they can get away with it, they'll get away with it. And if we want to go back to the corporate strategy meeting, especially with this Uncharted Naughty Dog Legacy Collection, this goes right back into the Uncharted 4 reveal that we saw in the corporate strategy meeting, where they stated that that game will go to PC due to more growth. Keep that in mind, growth. Again, it kind of adds up here. It really does add up. I really think people really need to pay attention to this type of stuff. It really does. I really do. But again, to those of you that don't want to pay attention and you want to just look at Game Pass and Xbox, hey, man, you're the ones that are going to be hurt the most when this stuff happens in front of you. And it is what it is. It really is what it is. This your boy, Big Cloud. I'm signing out. Appreciate you guys for watching. You guys enjoyed the video, hit that like button. If you are new and you like the channel, you like the content, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I'll see you guys on the next one. But being real, sometimes it hurts, man. It hurts being real. I can't lie to nobody. I really can't. I speak my mind. That's how I've always been. I speak my mind here. regardless of what platform, especially mine. I always speak my mind. And I refuse to censor myself for the sake of censoring myself to not say the truth here. I just can't do that. All right? Y'all be good. See you on my next one. Deuces.